What's up guys, it's Sam again at Cycle Technology in Wakefield, back for another video. Today we're going to be talking about the OneUp Components EDC tool and pump combo that I ride with on my bike. So let's have a look at this. So this is the OneUp Components EDC pump, which you can buy from us in shop for £64.50. But yeah, what is really cool about this pump is that inside of it lives, and this is a separate purchase which you can buy for £69.50 from us in store, is the EDC tool. I believe EDC stands for Everyday Carry. I'm going to talk a little bit about this tool, and I'm also going to talk a bit about the pump and its features as well. So I'm just going to break the tool open so you can see what goes on here. It just sort of stress fits into itself there. We open it up and we've got a tyre lever here, and attached to the end of the tyre lever there are spoke key slots as well as a link breaker, chain tool, whatever you want to call it. There is a little multi-tool here which has got a bunch of different features on it. I'll just run through them now. It's got a 2mm Allen key, a 2.5, a 3mm, 4mm, 5mm, a 6mm Allen key, a T25 Torx head, and also, which is a really cool feature, if you put the 5mm and this little bit next to one another, that actually makes the profile of an 8mm. So say your crank came loose whilst you're out riding, you've got the tool here to be able to nip it up enough to get you back home without destroying your crankset. So that's everything that's packed into this neat little tool here. The rest of the tool itself, or this the EDC sort of carry system, allows you to stash a little chain link in here. So I've got a spare link for my SRAM Eagle T-type chain in there, which is very important for me to keep. The bottom of this screws off. Now there's a bunch of different features that you can use in this bottom piece. One of them, which is what I've opted for, is to have a pricker here to insert bacon strips into your tubeless tyre if you get a hole that won't seal. I'll show you what else is in this little stash bit in a minute. But you can also unscrew that and it'll accept a 16-gram CO2 cartridge, which you can have living on the bottom of there instead of the large storage capsule. Inside the storage capsule itself, I like to keep chain links because the new transmission type drivetrain from SRAM requires the chain to be a specific length in order for it to function properly. So if I did break a link whilst I was out, I need to be able to replace the links themselves. I'll give this a few taps and I can see I've got my bacon strips in there in case I ever come a cropper with my tubeless setup, and I've got a little pair of link pliers in there as well. So when they say EDC, Everyday Carry Tool, that's exactly what this is. I honestly feel like I can just grab hold of my bike, set off out, and be riding and not have to worry about any eventuality that might come in. If there's a component that needs adjusting, if I have a flat, if I break my chain, I've got everything in this one little tool which fits happily inside this pump. I've got it with me. There's a few other features I'd like to talk about around this pump. So this is a 100cc volume pump which works just as a normal pump. For a Presta valve, you can take the tool out of it. You don't need to put the tool back in for it to function properly. It's quite a high volume pump. I've read other reviews on it which said it takes about 100 pumps to fill up a 29-inch 2.4 tyre to around 25-30 psi. So you're not going to be stood for, you know, hours and hours pumping a tiny volume pump. This is a high volume pump, so it doesn't take too long to pump the tyre up. The end of the pump as well also doubles as another tool. Guys at OneUp Components, man, they're amazing how they can innovate and pack all this stuff into such a small space. So if we take the 8mm adapter, adaptable 5mm bit from the tool, put that into the end of the pump nozzle, and just loosen that off, that becomes a valve on which you can screw your CO2 cartridge. So you would screw that in there and then screw that onto your valve, or the other way around, and then you've got the valve that you need to be able to use the CO2 cartridge that you may or may not carry. You might carry this separately. Like I said, I don't carry one of these. I carry my pump and I carry the rest of these tools inside the storage capsule. You can also store this tool, so pump aside, you can also store the tool and all the bits that come in it in a threaded headset cap that you can get from OneUp Components. They have an unthreaded version of it as well. There's a bunch of different ways that you can choose to store and carry this stuff on your bike. I've opted for the pump. If anything, I do need a pump with me. I have a spare tube strapped to my bike as well. Yeah, I think that's about everything I can say about this pump. I haven't had to use it in anger yet. It comes with, I think, 15 bacon strips altogether. There's a little storage capsule if you just want to carry a few small bits in there. There's also a spare cap that you can use to cover up if you were just using the pump as a pump without the tool in it, and if you wanted to store that in your headset, then the pump can just be what it is on its own. And I'll show you where this clips onto my bike and how sturdy that is on there too. Alright guys, so couple more features I want to just tell you about this pump before we wrap it up. First of all is this rubber seal here, which you place up there and then slide the pump handle down to it to keep it nice and secure whilst you are riding. You then close the little rubber bung on the end. This is how it clips onto the bike. Like you'll see, it's really sturdy. It really sits in there. Like, I take this bike off drops and on really rough stuff and it doesn't rattle around, or I don't even notice it's there when I'm riding. It's got a little strap which comes over the top just for a little bit of extra security. And that is the OneUp EDC tool and pump combo. That's everything I have to say about it. Thanks again for watching the video. Give us a like and subscribe if you wanna, and we'll catch you next time.